So hello students, the last topic of unit 4 is the checkpoints, triggers and assertions. So what is a checkpoint? We have studied three different techniques in database recovery, that is the deferred update, the immediate update and the shadow paging. If you can recall, we were maintaining a system log in case of deferred update and immediate update, right? So it means whenever a transaction is performing any changes on any data item, we are maintaining every operation by each transaction on the data item on the log, right? So it might happen that we enter into a stage where the size of the log increases too large, right? To a certain limit, the size of my log file is too large that it is difficult to maintain in the system. So especially if there are multiple transactions and they are executing concurrently, right? So this might happen. So we are having a solution to this problem, that is the checkpoint. So what checkpoints basically are? So checkpoints, they act like the bookmark during the execution of a transaction. Such checkpoints are marked when the transaction is executed. What happens is, suppose we apply the checkpoints after certain interval. We mark the checkpoints after certain intervals on my log, and what happens is the data, the operations or the records on my log till the checkpoint, they are written to the actual database and then it is removed from the log. What I am trying to tell you is, what a checkpoint basically means, that if suppose my transaction is executing for 1 hour from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, right? And I have applied the checkpoint at 2:15 and I have applied the checkpoint at 2:25, okay, while my transaction is executing. So what actually happens is, it means when the record of the log from 2 o'clock to 2:15 will be written on the database, and that particular part of the transaction that I have recorded on the log will be removed from the log. Now I will start my log at 2:15, will start the recording the operations of my transaction on the log at 2:15, will write the log from 2:15 to 2:25, and because I have applied the checkpoint at 2:25, at 2:25 I will write the log from I will write the records on the log, the updates on the log to the database. It means I will update my database. I will keep on updating my database whenever the system meets a checkpoint, and till that the records before that particular checkpoint, they will get removed from the log. In short, I am not increasing the size of my log, right? So I am able to maintain the I am able to handle my log more efficiently. I'll show you a diagram. I hope you will understand more using it. Suppose we are having 4 different transactions here, T1, T2, T3 and T4, and this is the timeline. Suppose while transaction T1 was under execution, I have applied this checkpoint here. It means when this particular part of my transaction T1, whatever T1 has performed in this particular point, that will get written on my database, and I will delete this particular part from my log. In short, the log will start from this particular point, right? Because I will remove this data, this operation, these updates by T1 from the log at this particular point, because checkpoint means basically updating my database and removing those records that I have updated on the database from my log. This is what checkpoint means, right? So now this T1 will execute, this T2 has committed successfully here, T1 has committed successfully here, T3 has committed successfully here, now T4 has started. Now suppose T4 fails here, right? So what do you think, that which transactions I need to undo and which transactions I need to redo? I'll tell you basically the system performs two types of list, the redo list and the undo list. Those transactions who have committed successfully, those transactions are into the redo list, and any transaction which haven't reached its commit point yet, that particular transaction is put into the undo list. So it means because transaction T1, T2 and T3 they have committed successfully, the changes performed by them will be redo on the database, because I have updated the database at this point. After this checkpoint I haven't updated my database, but the changes by T1 I have made this till point. So the changes made here, the changes made here and the changes made by T3 will be written back to my actual database because they have committed successfully. But the transaction T4, because it has started but it has failed, and because there is no commit operation of my transaction T4, so T4 will be put in the undo list, and the changes that transaction T4 has done, they will not be written back on the database, and T4, the data items that T4 has updated, they will be restored to their earlier state. This is what is written there. So it starts reading the log files from the end to start. We are in the reverse transaction. If our system fails, we are considering the situation of system failure, we will start reading the log from this particular point, from the end to the forward direction in the reverse manner. So recovery system will maintain the undo log and the redo log, or you can say the undo list and the redo list. The log entries in the undo log will be used to undo the transaction, whereas the redo list will help us to redo the transactions. Those who have a T start and T commit, or only T commit, you can see here T1, when this transaction has failed and we look at the log, T1 will only having its commit operation on the log, because the start operation till now we have, till this point we have removed the log of the T1, right? So T1 will be having its commit on the log, T2 will be having its start and commit, T3 will be having its start and commit, T4 will be having only start. So we will be putting these three transactions into the redo list and this transaction into the undo list. So this is what is written there. Now next is the triggers and assertion. Triggers are basically, you can say it's a type of a coding only in your SQL. It's a procedure in your SQL that runs automatically when a certain event occurs in the DBMS. Trigger basically follows an ECA model. What an ECA model is: event, condition, action. If a certain event occurs and if the condition is true, then certain action is performed. ECA, event, condition, action model. So it checks certain values, it sometimes fills some values. These are the different actions that a trigger can perform: checking certain values, filling some values, performing insert, delete, update of certain records. Some business constraints are checked if they are satisfied or not, and then the transaction is committed or rolled back, right? So the three main components are event, condition and action. The one I have just told you. When this event happens, the trigger is activated. Now when the trigger is activated, the trigger will perform some action. The trigger will execute only if certain condition is satisfied. So when event happens, trigger is activated, trigger is executed when condition is true, and trigger will perform the action if the condition is true and event has happened. So this is what is known as the event action model. When the event occurs and condition is true, execute the action, right? What are the assertions? Assertions are also like this: an expression that should always be true. Just a minute. Okay. An expression that should always be true, that is an assertion. Assertion basically only check the values of certain variables. They don't perform any action. This is the main difference between trigger and assertion. Suppose I have to make sure that every customer in a bank can have at most 2 accounts, right? So we have kept a condition on this using the assertion. Assertion is almost similar to your check constraint that we have studied in SQL, right? So when created, the expression must be true. DBMS checks the assertion after any changes that may violate the expression. Suppose the number of accounts for each customer in a given branch is at most 2. So this is the way to create an assertion. Create assertion, the name of the assertion, create assertion num accounts, and this is the check constraint. What constraint we are applying? That this is the query. Select count star from account A depositor D, where A dot account number is equal to D dot account number, group by customer name and branch name. We are actually checking the number of accounts for each customer, group by its customer name and branch name, including all the branches, right? And we are counting it. If it is greater than equal to 2, then we have created an insertion, right? We are just checking its value. Now, what are the basic differences between this? Assertions actually do not modify the data, they only check the certain conditions. Triggers are more powerful than assertions because triggers perform an action after checking the condition, and they can also modify the data. Their assertions, they are not linked to any specific table in the database, and they are not linked to any specific events, but the triggers, they are linked to specific tables and specific events. I would like to give you one more example for triggers. Suppose I am maintaining an inventory for my company. I am an e-commerce shopping site, and I am maintaining an inventory for my company. Suppose if the quantity or the count of any particular item goes below the certain threshold level. Suppose I am storing some type of you can say shoes in my inventory, and if suppose the number of units of that particular shoes, they go below 10, I will immediately execute my trigger and will inform my production department to increase its production of that particular shoes. So here we can use the triggers to actually check some condition, and if the condition is true that the count of that particular item has gone below the threshold value, then I will immediately inform my production department to take an action and start producing the more units of that particular product, right? So thank you, class. This was the last topic of your unit 4. So we have completed our DBMS syllabus. If you have any doubts, you can then contact me. You can share your doubts with me. So thank you.